Hello there, what is going on, everybody? We are going to be playing Alliance. This is Marvel Crisis Protocol Alliances, correct?
Correct.
And this is going to be the Green Goblin version, the introductory set. I am out here at Adepticon right now with Fisher, who's going to be teaching the gameplay. And we're going to set up the camera and capture a lot of this. And hopefully, it's a noisy hall in here, so hopefully we'll get as much as we can and take a look at the gameplay. We've got Ultimate Spider-Man here, Spectacular Spider-Man, and you've got Black Cat and Ghost Spider, and it looks like you'll be playing Green Goblin. Oh, very cool.
All right, so here we're demoing Marvel Crisis Protocol Alliances. It is the new 4-player co-op beat-em-up experience that AMG has produced. In this, you play your heroes, the Web Warriors. We got Black Cat, Ghost Spider, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Ultimate Spider-Man. So we're going to use a little bit of Web Warriors today against the Green Goblin. We are currently in the Green Goblin's lab, and there's a bunch of civilians who have been infected with the Green Goblin serum. So our objective today is to beat up some dudes, collect samples from them, and then deliver them to various objectives that match the symbols on the serum. So the first couple activations are going to be a little bit of hand-holding. I'm going to kind of guide you through and show you what the dice do. And then after that, we're going to let you go and just have fun with it. So we have a priority token. So Spectacular Spider-Man has the priority token.
Look at that.
Now, normally that doesn't mean that you're going first. It just means that you have the say of if there's a question about like where an enemy goes or where enemies spawn, they're going to spawn on you.
Tiebreaker.
Exactly. They'll pass around the board. In the normal experience, y'all would decide who goes first, but we're going to go with you first. So
Okay.
we're going to start with the power phase. Of course, we always forget that. So power phase, everyone's going to have one power at the very beginning.
Okay.
Now, unlike Marvel Crisis Protocol, where you have 2 actions and then it goes to another person, you have 1 action. And if you look at your cheat sheet, that action is move, attack, or use a power that takes an action. Most superpowers don't, but some superpowers do. In this instance, there is a goon right there that Spider-Man needs to beat up. So if you look at your card,
Okay.
you have a builder, a spender, and a couple of powers.
Okay.
You also have a level up card. So your level ups, at the beginning of the game, normally you have a choice between 3 of them. They're allocated to you randomly, and then there's 3 of them, you pick 2, and then you choose one of the 2 to be your element. So each time you play the game again, you start from the very scratch. Your powers are going to be a little different, and so it's a little bit of selection, but it'll be a little different every time. But in your instance, your attack is slightly different. Your evasive actually is 2 squares. It's range 2, so 1, 2.
Okay.
It's a 5 strength attack. So just the dice results in the facing are just like in Marvel Crisis Protocol. You have your hits, you've got your wilds, you've got your blocks on the shield. I'm trying to find, there it is. You have your crits and
exploding dice.
your skulls.
Oh, the skulls are
and
bad.
then blanks. Right? So you're gonna roll those 5 dice.
Okay.
And then we're going to see what your attack does.
All right, so just so what we're doing, I'm attacking up to range 3. He falls within that.
Perfect. Yep.
And I'm rolling 5 dice, and this costs me 0 power.
Costs 0 power because that is your gainer. So the damage that you do is the power that you gain.
Ah, very, very. So if you're familiar with Marvel Crisis Protocol, then this is going to fit right in.
Exactly. You beat dudes up to get power, and you spend that power to beat up dudes even better.
All right. So we got a
Nice.
pretty good roll.
And you got a crit. So when you roll a crit, you actually roll an additional dice from outside that pool. Awesome.
Wow. All right.
Got 5 successes.
It's a
with
pretty
the
solid hit.
wild, which will proc your ability.
Okay, so the wild has elusive. After it's so it says after it's resolved, I'll gain power equal to the damage dealt, and then elusive. After it's resolved, I may advance up to 2 spaces.
Exactly. Okay, so in the order of operations there.
Sure.
So we're going to look at the Green Goblin Goon. So he has 0 defense and 2 stamina.
Okay.
So
that's enough to take him out. It looks like.
Him a lot,
oh yeah,
right?
I was angry.
Yeah. So he goes black, and he's going to go right over here to the respawn track.
Okay.
So that's how enemies come back. The more that you knock out and KO, the priority player on the enemy phase will actually spawn more dudes. So great. He is going to drop a sample of the Green Goblin serum. So that is one of the objectives. You see it has a wild marker on there. That means it needs to come here to this template right there.
Oh, that tells me where I want to bring it.
Exactly. Okay. And then now you gain your power. So So
that was 5, right?
You gain 2
Oh,
power.
I only gained because I only did 2.
He only has 2
All right.
stamina. Yep.
That's still something.
And then your elusive goes off, so you get to move 2 squares, which conveniently.
Do I have to be on that place to pick it up, or adjacent to it?
It's adjacency.
Okay.
So you have like a 1 hex square where you can interact, but
All right.
move on top of it.
Sure, I'll go ahead and do that.
Boom.
But do I take this and put it over here in my stuff?
So interacting with objectives is not an action, but it does take power. So you'd spend 1 power.
Very similar to MCP.
Exactly.
Okay.
But what's different about it is if there's multiple things you can interact with, you actually interact with all of them.
Okay.
So if you've got multiple vials around you, you can snatch a bunch of them. If you're next to an objective and you had vials in your
Could
hand,
I have interacted with this, or is that for later?
that's for cover.
Okay.
So when you're in that tile, you have defense. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
So you've got 4 slots on your character sheet.
Ah.
That's your inventory. So you got that in your inventory right there.
All right. So see, I put that right there. Wonderful.
Now, that was your action, and because you KO'd an enemy, this is what's unique about the game. You have something called heroic assists.
Oh, okay.
So once you do one of those things, like complete an objective or defeat an enemy, you can heroically assist someone else that's on your team. So in this instance, we're going to go ahead and heroically assist Miles Morales. Now, when you receive that assistance, normally you would have a choice between gaining power, healing a damage, removing a status effect, or moving 1 tile. You have 1 power right now, you're going to need 2. So go ahead and give yourself a power. Now, because you heroically assisted your friend, you're going to gain an experience point.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's my.
Is there a range requirement on heroic assist?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just the entire scenario. So because you did your action, you're going to take your activation tile, and we're going to put it on the activation tracker over here.
Oh, hey, I'm going to pass that to one of you guys. Thank you.
So as you can see, each hero is going to have 1 action, and then the enemies do their thing. They're going to attack, spawn, move around, and then the heroes get their 2nd action, and then the enemies go again, and then we go to cleanup. So next activation, we're going to go to Gwen Stacy over there as Ghost Spider. So you're going to turn around. Hey, you're a frenemy. The black cat is about to get jumped by that guy right there. So you know that he's going to eventually move towards her and whack her. So you actually have an upgrade to your basic attack that makes it very long ranged. So if you look at your card has a range 4 attack.
Yep.
So it's normally 3, but if you look at your card, that replaces that ability. So
this card here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a range 4, 5 strength attack. So you're actually going to take 5 of these dice, and you're going to roll those and attempt to get 2 successes against this guy right
It's the
here.
same as the one that's printed here.
Your push is different.
Oh, the push is different? Okay.
Should be.
Push is different one there.
Yeah, so it's range 4, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So let's go, Marshall.
Yeah, you need 2 successes.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Whoa,
Okay,
all right,
you
there's
got
an
a crit.
exploding.
So
All right.
You get an
Crit.
additional dice because of the crit.
Hey, not bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Way more than you need for that. You would get a push after damage is dealt, but because you're KOing the guy, he's just going to poof. So he goes, flap. And he goes over to the respawn tracker.
I think you
and
turned
then
him
he
into
drops
mist.
a symbol. Now, because you were able to deal 2 damage, that is a gainer, so you're going to gain 2 power. 1, 2. And then now you could give out an heroic assistance. So we're going to give that to Black Cat. So normally you have a choice about what you do with it, but you're going to choose, for the demo, you're going to move 1. Because you need to be close to that to interact with it, right? So we're going to slide you over 1, and then you gain an experience because you helped your friend. And then your activation token is going to go on the board. And then we're going to go over to the awesome Miles Morales as Ultimate Spider-Man. So you have the opportunity to actually use a power. So you have 2 power, and your level 1 web swing costs 2 power to use. Now what that does is normally you would move 2 tiles and get 2 extra dice on a basic attack, but now since it's upgraded, you can move 3 tiles and then get 2 additional dice on a basic attack. So the order of operations there, you would spend your 2 power.
So power's up here, so
Yep,
we're down to
1, 2.
0.
You go to 0. And then Miles is right here. He can move 3 tiles, so we can go 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and slide him over next to Black Cat.
Grab that. Okay.
2, 3. Your basic attack is range 3. So we're 1, 2, 3 away from this guy. Now what's important about targeting him is that, well, first off, you couldn't pick up the objective because you're not with him.
Right.
He is one of the most damaging guys in the area. If you look at his card, he can potentially deal 2 damage.
Okay.
So you want to get rid of him. He's a high priority target. So your basic attack is normally 4 dice, but because you web swung, you get 2 dice extra.
And where can we see my health for Miles?
Right here. So your basic attack is 4,
Okay.
and then that adds 2 dice.
Okay.
And if you actually daze or KO the guy, you get an additional XP.
Okay. Here we go.
Excellent.
Oh,
You got
wow.
2 crits, so you're gonna get 2 additional dice.
Here we go. Big money, big money.
Hey, there you
All right,
go.
you got
Okay,
one.
so
All right.
the shields don't help you. The blinks don't help you. The skulls definitely don't help you. But you got 5 successes.
I'm starting to see a trend.
Yeah.
This table is rolling high.
Yeah. Oh, we'll wait till the enemies roll. Let's see what happens then. Okay, so because you got 5 successes, so normally they have 1 armor that's going to take 1 success just off, and they have 3 stamina. So you still have 4 damage, so you're able to actually KO the guy.
Okay.
So he's going to KO and go to the respawn tracker. You were able to do 3 damage with your gainer, so you're going to gain 3 power. Yes, sir, you got it. And then because you dazed or KO'd an enemy, you're going to give a heroic assistance to somebody, which Black Cat only has 1 power, and they're going to need to interact with 2 objects.
Okay.
So, you know what? I forgot to put the guy. So, hey, look. So, critical, that's going to need to go there. So, it's essential to give your friend some power so that she can interact. So, go ahead and you get assisted
You
again.
get the power.
What?
Black Cat.
So, you have 2 power now.
Very cool. So,
Tempted to make a He-Man reference about having
And then-
power, but that's cross IPs.
And then because you helped your friend, so 1, you got 1 XP for doing the web swing and KOing a guy, and you got 1 XP for helping, so you're at 2.
Okay, excellent.
And then your activation token goes on the board. This one.
This one,
Yep.
if you don't mind.
And then now, the last person who has not activated yet is going to go ahead and be the Black Cat.
Okay.
So your upgraded ability
yes.
lets you interact with 1 object for free.
Free.
So you're within 1 of this object, so go ahead and for free grab that.
Okay.
And then for your action, you need to be on the objective to interact with it. Normally, whenever an enemy is adjacent to an objective, you guys can't interact with it. But Black Cat is super special. She's a master cat burglar. So you can actually still interact with an objective when an enemy is next to you.
Okay.
So for your action, go ahead and move. You have a movement speed of 5.
5 yes.
So you can move 5 times. So move right there. Boom. You're on the objective. That was your action.
Yeah.
And now you can spend a power because we're now going to interact with an object again.
Yes.
So the second time you actually have to pay, so you pay a power. And now you're going to grab that serum sample
Yep.
and then immediately spend these 2 on the objective to complete it. Boom, we have completed an objective.
Awesome.
Great. So what's different between KOing a guy is that when you complete an objective, everybody gets 2 experience. So everyone go ahead and add 2 XP.
Oh, sweet.
And then you, because you're a master cat burglar, get an additional experience. And then you get to add you get a heroic assistance as well.
Yes.
So
2, right?
1, because you completed this objective.
Okay, yeah.
And now Miles, who's out in the open, probably needs to be in a little bit of cover. So if we give him the heroic assistance, he can actually move 1 tile. So you can slide over into that cover. Cover works just the same as MCP. If you are inside that yellow tile with a piece of cover, you get 1 successful defense. You can change your dice to a shield when you roll defense. So just go ahead and slide over, and we're going to put you right there. You are in some cover. Boom. You activate it, so you can put your tile out.
And do I need to move my power up?
No. It's a choice between what you get, and so you're choosing to move onto the cover.
Gotcha.
Great. So, now that everybody has done 1 activation, we're going to go to the enemy phase. So the enemies are going to activate. So there's 3 steps. The first step is all the enemies move their movement toward the nearest hero. So all the little killer robot guys move 1 tile. So if you don't mind, go ahead and move one of those guys.
Okay.
Yep, you're going to move it. You got that guy right there. And then he's going to move the nearest hero, so out that way somewhere.
And if it's a tie, I choose because I have
You would
priority.
choose, exactly.
Okay.
And then the glider guys can move up to 2 towards the nearest. They're going to slide right over to Peter. And then all of the little guys move 2 as well. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2.
And that's all on their reference card.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look here, the glider has 1 defense, 3 stamina, 2 movement, and then range 2 on his 2 damage attack.
Perfect.
Easy. They never roll dice. They always just have raw numbers.
Okay.
And then you are the ones who roll dice, because that's more fun. Yeah.
Oh, we still get the defense dice?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, we'll get to that. You're about to get to that.
Oh, right.
So after enemies move, we go to the respawn check. So the priority player is going to look down here on the respawn tracker.
Okay.
You have 2 dice on there, so you're going to roll 2 dice. And then, oh, whoa, you got a skull.
Oh, no.
Okay. So all of the enemies have a modifier to what's happening to the actual zone.
Okay.
So with Oscorp weaponry, what that means is that when you guys are attacking, if you roll a skull on that attack roll and you don't KO the bad guy, you're going to automatically take a damage. So that's what Green Goblin brings to the board.
Okay.
And then the pitfall is what's going to happen whenever a skull is rolled. So the common pitfall that we're doing right now is if Green Goblin's not on the board, he will spawn. The priority player actually places him at the nearest spawn point to him.
All right. Which ones are spawn points? The red circle?
The red hexes, yes.
The nearest to me, that would be either one of these.
Yeah, so
I'm going to choose this one right here.
Sure, absolutely. And then, when Green Goblin spawns, all the enemies frenzy. So what frenzy means, all the enemies will move 1 tile towards the nearest hero. The Green Goblin army has an effect that when they frenzy, they move actually 3 tiles.
Oh boy.
So we're about to get swarmed. So if the enemy is already adjacent to a hero, they're happy. So
Can the enemies move into cover?
They can.
They can?
Yes,
All right.
they can. 1, 2, he's happy. He's going to move towards you. He moves 1. Great. Everybody has moved.
Does Goblin move also?
He
Since
already
he just-
has spawned.
He spawned,
he
okay.
doesn't- he will get an attack,
Oh.
which is what we're about to do right now.
Sounds like a pumpkin bomb is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, if he does damage in his damage pool, you get incinerated.
Oh.
Yeah. So unlike MCP, your status effects don't always linger. Once they affect you once, they go away. So if you're incinerated and you roll 1 less defense dice on an attack, after that's resolved, the incinerate goes away. So when enemies attack, you guys, the players, get to choose the order of how that happens. So if there's like a tactical decision that would matter, then you can work around that way. But for the sake of demo, you're going to get attacked first.
That makes sense.
So they're about to attack. Both Gwen and Peter have reactive superpowers. So Gwen, could you go ahead and read your lifesaver ability?
Before enemies attack, if another character is within 4 spaces of this character and within the attack range of 1 or more enemies, this character may use this skill. Push that character up to 2 spaces towards this character.
Yep.
This skill can only be used once per turn.
Yep.
Additionally, this character gains 1 XP.
Yep. So you're going to spend 2 power.
Oh, she can pull me towards her.
Exactly. She's going to yank you out of danger.
1, 2. Oh,
You gain
thanks.
a power for helping, or you gain an XP for helping your friend.
And he says something really smart as he gets pulled away.
Exactly. Read witty banner.
Oh, he actually has witty banter.
Yeah.
See, I said that. Okay, so witty banter here is going to say, before enemies attack, if 1 or more minions are within 3 spaces of this character may use this skill. Choose 1 of those minions. The chosen minion cannot attack other characters this turn. Additionally, this character gains 1 XP.
Yeah, so if you spend 2 power,
Okay.
which you have 2, Peter's going to swing around and see that Gwen's about to get clocked in the back of the head with the crowbar.
Yeah.
So he's going to say something witty.
He's going to say, oh, your fly is open.
Yeah, he's going to, huh?
Yeah.
And that enemy has already moved and has a range of 1. So you're effectively taunting him. He can't actually attack Peter, so he's kind of out of the pool. So now that we've done the reactive abilities, we're going to actually go to attacks. So let's start with Miles. So the Spider Slayers have a range 3 attack. 1, 2, 3. Great. In range. 1. In range. This only has range 1. So the only people that can affect him are these 2 guys. On their card, they have a 1 damage attack that's energy based. So you add those together. So it's 2 energy that's coming at Miles. Miles, you have a 4 energy defense. So you
Question.
can roll all 4 of those. Yes.
Why will this guy attack Miles as opposed to Black Cat?
He's going to attack everybody.
Oh, he's going to attack everybody.
Yeah, everybody
Oh.
gets attacked. Yeah.
Oh, they're spinning around.
Oh, yeah. So he's a beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
If it's melee, would they also attack everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got just 1.
Okay, so you got 1 block on that 2 damage. So you're going to take 1 damage and gain 1 power because you're taking damage.
Well, except he's in cover.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Good, thanks for catching that. So you already have a defense. Now, because you're in cover, you can change one of these dice to a shield. Boom.
Oh.
You have 2 successes, so you stop all the damage.
Alright.
Great, awesome. So your attack runs over. Now we're going to go over here to Black Cat. So you have one dude right here, and you are in range of both these guys. So that's 1, 2, 3 damage. So they're 1 damage each for the robots and 1 for the guy. Now, when you have mixed damage types, you look over here to the enemy chart, and whoever is the most dangerous is the type of damage you use. So because this guy is energy, it's going to be 1, 2 energy, and then that's 3 energy. So you have 3 energy coming your way. You have 3 energy defense, so you're going to roll 3 dice.
So it would be 2 energy and 1 melee, but because energy is the more dominant, that takes over the whole
Because
pool.
he's the more dangerous of the 2 guys.
Okay.
Okay, so you block 1 of the 3.
Okay.
So you'll take 2 damage. So you go there. And then you gain 2 power because you receive damage from an enemy effect. Now, dazing is a thing. So if something terrible happened and he took 6 damage or whatever, because I think she has just 6 stamina. The opposite side of the card, if you want to show your Peter Parker card.
Sure.
That is
if
the
I were to get
injured side.
dazed, we would flip this over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the cleanup phase, just like an MCP, that's whenever you actually remove the daze. You flip your card to the injured side and remove all your damage.
Okay.
You keep your power, you keep your XP, and then later on you play the game. Say you don't flip to healthy for whatever reason, you get dazed again.
Okay.
The game's over. Game over. Someone died.
Oh, we can't lose anybody. No one
Can't
left
lose
behind.
anybody. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you gain enough experience to level up, which in the instance to get to level 2 is only 10, you flip to your healthy side, you remove all of your damage, and you spend the XP that it would cost to level up, which would be 10, so you go to 0, and you keep your power, and you just keep playing.
So if you're close, push through it, maybe it's the Hail Mary play, maybe I can level up.
Exactly, and also your friends, when they're assisting you, can actually heal you. So it's going to be you're basically managing the resources, right? You're managing actions versus healing versus moving versus giving power.
Okay.
So you're trying to figure out, you're coordinating as a 4-person team to kind of keep everybody alive and beat up all the bad guys, right? Okay, so y'all 2 have been attacked. So we're gonna go over to Spider-Gwen. She has 1 energy coming her way. 1, 2, 3, so they're out of range, she's out of range, out of range. So you just roll your energy defense, which is 3, versus 1 damage coming your way. Boom. Okay, you block 1, so you're good to go. No damage from you. And then that only matters when you're attacking for the Oscar of weaponry. And then we're gonna look at Spider-Man. This guy, you're within range. You're within range. He's only range 2, and the Goblin is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just out of range for the Goblin to affect you. So you have 2 energy coming your way.
All right, and my energy defense is 3.
Yep, and you have Spidey senses, so you get to re-roll 2 dice, which you already.
I don't even need to.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You got a crit, it's great, and
and
then
I
you
would
can
re-roll
re-roll
probably just this one.
the
Oh, like
that-
this one too.
No,
Yeah.
well, not the one that came out of the crit. But
Oh,
you're,
yeah.
you're good.
Okay.
You're totally fine.
Yeah, we're good.
So no damage there, and then now the enemies have gone. We're going to go to the next half of the activation, and you, the priority player, pass it to anybody else.
Anybody else? Well, I feel like Black Cat might need it because she's in a jam right now.
I am in a jam.
Yeah.
Surrounded by bad guys.
So that's the end of the guided part. So now y'all are good to go. Training wheels are off. So, Black Cat, what would you like to do?
So
I'd suggest talking to Green Goblin, forming an alliance, and then attacking the X-Men.
that is it an option? No, I'm making.
So one thing I forgot to do, I just showed this card. So after enemies attack the robots, since they're defenders, are going to try to go 1 tile back towards an objective. I forgot to do that, but hey. All right, now Black Cat, you don't have enough power for your spender yet.
No, I don't.
You need 4 for it. So if you want, you can actually tell somebody else to go first. And then if they KO an enemy and they get a heroic assist, they can give that to you, which will give you a power. And then you get to throw somebody, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that looks fun. Okay, so who is next to me? Mike Morales,
Yes.
right?
So, sorry, what do I do?
So okay, it's
Can
your
I have you go
activation.
first?
You get 1 activation, or 1 action you can do. If you look at your power, you have enough to do your spender, which is a range 2, 6 damage attack, which is great. He's going to take care of these guys. So what you could do again is you can spend 2 to do your web swing, move yourself 3 tiles, blow up that guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So spend all 3.
You spend 2.
2. Okay, so
Yeah, go down to 1 power.
and then I can just move straight over, like here.
You can move up to 3.
3.
Yeah, so in this case, if you actually blow him up, because you still have power, you can snatch that objective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's see what you do. So you have 6 dice right over there, right?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
says 5 though, right?
It is a base 4 plus 2.
Okay. Oh, nice. So. There we go.
Oh, you got one exploding.
Yep, one
All right, one crit. I keep saying exploding.
Well, they do explode, but it's
Yeah.
a crit. Yeah.
Another
Great,
hit.
okay. So that's 1, 2, 5 successes, which is way more than you need because he only has 1 defense and 2 stamina. So he goes bop, bop, and explodes, and then hey, look, he dropped the crit or the wild. Excuse me.
And I still have 1 energy. Or
You still have 1. Yeah. So you can spend that now.
Okay.
But before we do that, let's. So you KO'd a dude. You have a heroic assistance that you can give to somebody else.
Black Cat needs a power, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So Black Cat.
Okay. So you now can choose to gain a power, heal yourself, remove a status effect, or move. But we know what you want to do when you get a power.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Awesome. And then now you can spend that power to pick up the objective.
Got it.
But also, since you're within 1 of an objective, you can pick it up and then place it where it needs to go. So
Okay.
now we only need 1 more sample on that to complete the objective. Great. So you put your activation tile out.
If you don't mind, Marshall. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Who wants to go next? Oh, you get an XP for helping somebody, and you web swap. So you actually get 2.
6.
So you're at 6. Yeah.
So my thought here is that I've got the other one that can go there,
Yeah.
but I'm way too far away to make it. Now,
You
a
move
heroic
5.
assist can let me potentially advance.
1 tile.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't be 5 movement, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I got 2 heroic assists, I could move there and drop that off. So if I want to go last, if you guys kill some things,
Yes.
we can then turn that in and then find out what happens.
Oh yeah, and Black Cat's about to kill 2 guys.
Yes.
Oh, each guy killed can give a separate heroic assist?
Exactly. Every time you daze somebody or complete an objective, you get a heroic assist to give out.
As much as I do want to just charge Green Goblin and go crazy, the objective,
Good.
yeah, we have options.
Yeah. So he's a mini boss. So his actual boss side is significantly stronger.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just the version of him that's showing up to harass you, and then once you defeat him, he just goes away. And then he'll come back eventually if you roll skulls on the respawn. But the boss battle is really where it's at.
Oh.
But okay, so Black Cat.
All right. So, which one do I attack first?
So when you throw somebody,
Yeah.
the person who's being thrown
Yeah.
is going to automatically take 1 damage when they collide with the bad guy.
Yeah.
And the guy getting collided with is going to automatically take 3.
3. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you use your Furious Velocity,
Yeah. So that's 4, right?
4 power, you're going to spend it all. And if you read what it says,
Okay. Furious velocity. Is it a throw?
Yeah, if you get a hit, you get a
Before
throw.
damage is dealt, place this character within 1 space of the defender. Then this character may throw the defender away 2 spaces.
Yeah. All right, so we got 6 dice that we're going to roll. And you want to get a hit. You really want to get a hit.
Come on, Black Cat. Always been a black.
Yeah, you got a hit. Okay, great.
3.
Okay, so you have 3 successes. So we're gonna move that over here. Now you can place yourself within 1 of the enemy. So you want to go right over there. And then before damage is dealt,
Yes.
you get to throw him. He's gonna go bump. Now he's gonna take 1 damage, and then 3 will be assigned to the robot.
Yes.
The robot has 1 defense and 2 stamina, so he's just gonna, and he will drop that.
Yes.
Great. Okay, now damage is assigned. So he has he has 1 stamina and no defense, so he
Yes.
just gets obliterated. He goes over there,
Splendid.
and then boom, that gets dropped. Hey, look, there's 2 hits, and that needs to go over there. So you have KO'd 2 guys
Yeah. So I have 2 heroic assists.
to give away to someone else.
Yes. I'm
Which
gonna give to him.
So I'm going to do 2 moves. Can I do that?
you can choose to do 2 moves. Yes.
All right. So 1 and 2.
Yes.
And I
and-
think that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Correct.
Come
and
my turn.
because you gave away 2 heroic assists, you get an XP for each one.
Okay.
So you're going to be up to 5.
Question, is it going to cost me a power since I'm out of power? Is it going to
will.
cost me a power to drop this?
It will.
So I might need 1 more heroic assist.
So go ahead and put your activation token out. And then Gwen. You can, you've got 1 power So you can't do your spender yet, but there is one low-level goon right next to you, just ripe to get just smacked in the face.
Alright, so we'll smack the goon.
Okay, so you're gonna use your gainer, which is a 5 strength attack. So she's gonna turn around and go, "Hey, you tried to punch me before." Also, 2 crits, so you get 2 additional dice.
Oh, that's a good roll. I think she's got him.
I'm pretty sure she's got them.
2, 3, 4,
Okay,
5.
so you have 5 successes. He has 2 stamina, so he's
I
gonna.
think we've rolled 5 hits every time.
He's gonna. These are not rigged dice. He's gonna take 2 damage. Since that's a gainer, you're gonna gain 2 power. He will drop a thing, which is heavy. You already got one of those. And then, because you defeated an enemy, you can give a heroic assistance to somebody else. Which, if you give it to Peter,
Yeah.
he'll get a power.
Just your friendly neighborhood. I don't know, green
And you get
assist
an XP.
taker.
And then you put your activation token out to show that you went.
It's not worth picking that up since we already.
Well, he's
Have
got
him
one,
go-
and
since
he's
he's
gonna get over
heading that
there.
way.
Yeah, so there's 3 of each type, so like there's a random pile right here.
Okay.
All right, Peter.
All right, so
You're up.
I'm not, as much as I want to start thwacking and punching things, I think I need to go ahead and move. So I only get
Absolutely.
1 action. I'm going to move. My movement value is 5.
Yep.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm adjacent to that. I'll spend a power. I'll drop that.
Great, boom. You complete the objective.
Now, what happens when we did that?
So, when you complete an objective, everybody gets 2 experience.
Yay!
Excellent.
I'm up to 5.
You do get a heroic assistance to give somebody else.
All right. Who's low on power? I'll give you a power.
I think we all. Well, you're good. So
Yeah.
all right, you got 1.
Gwen's 1 away from her spender.
Oh. But if Gwen gets hit, she'll get it that way as well, right?
That's true.
But let's give it to Gwen. Let's give it to Gwen.
Okay, you get an experience for giving away some health.
That's true.
And then you're done, and this is the phase where enemies would activate again.
Okay.
So they would move, respawn, attack, and then at the end of that, that's when we go to cleanup.
Okay.
So that's where you would check to see if you are dazed and see if you need to flip over. We would remove all the tokens, put them back on your chart, and then continue play until all 4 objectives are completed. Once all 4 objectives...
So we just did 1, and we have to also get these and that.
Correct. And once you get all 4 objectives completed, the map pauses. Confetti, fireworks, whatever. The game, this section of the game ends. The map will change, and then we'll go to the next phase. There's 3 phases. So you have 1 map like this, another similar map, and then you have the boss battle. So in the main box, you will have multiple locations. So you have 3 base maps. You have Times Square, the Daily Bugle, and then the Oscorp Lab, which is where we're at right now. And then once you've completed 2 of those, you go to the boss battle. And then there's conditions for the boss battle. So depending on where the boss battle is,
Okay.
you can do the Daily Bugle or
Oh, so
I
not
have 2 of them. I have 2 of them.
the boss battle won't be in the same place every time you play.
It looks like it's on the Daily Bugle. I haven't actually done that one yet.
Okay.
So you have 2 main maps and then the boss battle map, and then you how you actually do the boss battle, right?
Okay.
So the map that comes with it is double-sided, so I can go ahead and show you the other side.
Should we take all these off?
Yeah, let's just gently slide them off because they're very nicely painted, and the studio would get mad at me.
Yeah, they are very nice.
And they are part of the FAST system, so they are fully. There's no glue involved. It's all just hard plastic, and they're colored hard plastic. So out of the box, you can just go ahead and play with them. And yeah. So this is their side. This is Times the Daily Bugle.
Oh, look at that.
So yeah, it has different spawn locations, different places where cover will be, and different objectives, of course. But this is the other half. So in future editions, they're going to also have a multi-sided map just like this, and you can mix and match. So in the future, when the Sentinels box comes out, you can mix and match the heroes and villains from that.
Excellent.
Now,
Excellent.
the main characters, the heroes, will have their actual MCP cards with them.
Oh, so if you play MCP and you don't have, like, Gwen, for example, this is going to get you Gwen for MCP.
Exactly. And even if you do already have Gwen, she is an alternate sculpt.
Yes.
So she actually looks different than what she normally looks like.
Excellent.
So you've got the 4 new heroes. Where did our heroes go?
Oh, you got it.
Now, there are no characters in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. There are no characters in this game that aren't in MCP, so you don't like have to buy this for a chase character or anything like
Exactly.
that.
All the characters are already in the game, and the goons will not have their MCP cards. They don't have.
So
a
it's
card.
just the bosses and just the heroic characters.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the game or release schedule?
You mentioned colored plastic. I'm
Yes.
assuming, what kind of colors plastic do we have? Heroes are blue, I think, right?
I haven't actually seen the pre-production models. I think on the demo video they have some. Green Goblin is obviously green.
Okay.
I think the enemies in general are green, and then the heroes are red or blue.
But basically, your good guys are a different color than your bad guys.
Exactly.
So
you know.
you don't
just
have
by
to paint
looking
right
at it.
away. You can start playing right away.
You got it.
Got
Exactly.
it. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.